All right, what's up guys? In this video, we're going to be doing a Q&A. I actually asked on my Instagram story for you guys to ask me some questions. Got around 30 questions. I'm going to choose the best ones, just answer it in this video. So let's get right into it. By the way, I'm wearing the new Vultures merch. This just came in yesterday. What do you guys think of this shirt? I think it's pretty dope. It's got some cool stuff. The neck's a little bit weird, but it was 20 bucks. I also got the pants on. Pants are good. They don't have any pockets or anything, which is kind of weird, but they're actually really comfortable. So anyways, I got the whole Kanye fit on. All right, first question today. What should my ideal turnover rate be? I'm sitting on a bunch of pairs trying to get my capital up. So what that means is essentially, hey, he's wondering how fast he should be moving shoes. It's kind of a hard question because it really just depends on the shoe, right? If it's a super hype shoe, you know you should be selling those shoes super quickly. But with bricks, kind of the area we're in, they're not as hyped, they're not as in demand as, you know, just regular Jordans and stuff like that. So they do take a little bit longer to sell. That's why it's important to buy really cheap shoes, because if you're not spending so much on a shoe, you can afford to wait a lot longer, right? But overall, we're looking for shoes that are selling within 1 to 2 weeks. I mean, that's a very quick time. But I'm okay with, and again, I've been doing this for a while, I'm okay with selling a shoe that takes 2 months to sell. It's not the end of the world. I really don't care, because I'm still gonna be making way more money than if I were putting that money somewhere else, right, for another return. A lot of people asked, how do I keep getting the prices I get? Because I've seen on my Instagram, my YouTube page here, where I get really, really good deals. I'm just gonna break it down to you guys, and I've explained this before. It's all through discounts, right? And I talk about this a lot, but let me give you an example of some of the discounts we use. Nike outlets right now are having 40% off their clearance wall, which is where I'll go and buy a lot of shoes from. They're having an additional 15% with a discount that we'll use, right? So we add another discount on top of that. And then I'll use something like my Apple Card to give me 3% cash back. So when you stack all of those together, again, it just saves you a ton of money. And then finally, I'll use my reselling certificate or reselling permit, you can call it whatever you want, and I don't have to pay sales tax for that, which is sweet. So if you live in a state like California where it's 10% sales tax, basically you cut out the 10% sales tax, you add 15, add 40, add 3%, and then if we just buy that shoe and sell it for what we paid, I mean, that's basically where we make a bunch of money. I'll throw up on the screen right now somewhere over here where you can see, but I just had a client, Caleb, save $700 on his receipt. You can see here, I think it says $699. And that was just all from the discounts I just mentioned, right? Because we're spending so much money, where you stack all that together, you know, if your order is almost 2,000 bucks, hey, all those discounts at 35% or whatever, ends up saving you that much. Someone asked if the new Travis Scott's gonna be profitable. Pretty much every Travis Scott's profitable. I mean, yeah, I think he's talking about the Travis Scott ones. Those are definitely gonna resell. You guys don't have to worry about that. This guy said, I need to stop wasting and join your group. I mean, hey, there's always room, right? We're actually closing My Accelerator probably sometime next month, if not in June. But it's still open right now. You guys can join up in there and get all the value and the resources that we have. But if you guys do have any questions about My Accelerator group, where we help people scale, again, shoot me a message on Instagram. I'd love to help you guys out with that. This guy asked, where do you sell half box, worn, and slightly creased shoes? So if you're selling anything that's like missing lid or used or anything, GOAT's my go-to platform on there. Personally, because I've bought a lot of used shoes on GOAT, and you get a lot of good deals with there. So that's a really good place to sell on. And again, you could sell missing lids, eBay as well. So I'm talking eBay there, Poshmark, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, GOAT, like I just said. All those platforms are really, really great for those missing lid, kind of no box shoes. People still buy them, right? You might be used, it doesn't matter, they still buy them. So if you're trying to get rid of your old collection or something, that's where I recommend selling. This guy asked, why can't I find anything good at the Nike outlet? So it's probably two reasons. Number one, you're going at the wrong time, right? These outlets have good things, and then other people will buy them, right? Because they're good. So stuff can come in and out of stock pretty quickly, right? If you don't know what you're looking for. So again, you could be just going at the wrong time. That's why having an in-store monitor is really useful. Inside of our accelerator group, like I was just mentioning, we have an in-store monitor, so you can track everything that restocks at Nike, and you essentially know when it's going to restock. That makes it really, really valuable to know. So that's just number one. Number two is, again, knowing actually what to look for. Since you haven't been into the brick game very much, and you know a lot of people haven't, it's very difficult to know what to look for if you're just starting out. I used to walk by so many shoes that were really profitable. And again, I'm gonna throw on my screen right here the shoes that Caleb bought when he saved $700. There was a bunch of these LeBrons. He was getting them for 50 something bucks. They sell for around 150 to 140 on eBay. Again, this is a shoe that majority of people would walk by. I think he said he bought 17 pairs, 27 pairs total on this trip. Again, just because people don't know about it, they end up walking by it, and that doesn't mean you can't make money on it. You just have to know it, it's just knowledge. How do you generate coupons, gift cards? So that's something that we teach in our accelerator, as well as my coaching program, with pretty much every single store that you're gonna be buying from, right? But the whole idea is, hey, a store might have a sale, and we're just using that sale over and over and over again. That's what we mean when we say generate codes. My average client saves $28,500 per year just with discounts, which is pretty insane because of how much money we're spending, right? That's the people in my coaching program who are doing, again, most people are trying to shoot for 6 figures in there, so that's pretty, pretty good if you would say. But if you're just starting out, even like a 15% code that we teach inside of our program, if you spend $1,000 on Nike, which again, isn't very difficult because shoes are expensive, that saves you 150 bucks. You make your first month membership back just from that easily. All right, so by stacking these codes over and over again, that's where we can save a bunch of money. And this works in store and online. Someone asked, what are the best tips for flipping bricks? So in my opinion, first thing you have to look for is the price. Price is really the only thing that matters. So you have to look for the price. You have to make sure there's also volume, because I might find a shoe for $20 and it's selling for 90 or it's listed for 90. That seems like a really good deal. But if it hasn't sold in 5 years, it's not really liquid, right? It's not a good commodity to end up buying. So we want shoes that, hey, look like that margin, $20 to $100 is an $80 profit margin there. It's pretty good, but that shoe's selling at least once a month, right? At least once a week. That's where you can see the speed. So that's all it comes down to. You have to be able to read the markets. Once you can read the markets, you can pretty much identify, hey, what's good and what's not good to look for. The other cool thing is I have, a big community that's inside of my Accelerator group. All of our guys are posting success. So they're always constantly posting success. I'm gonna keep throwing some more stuff on the screen. You guys can see a bunch of different success here. And it's super easy because when I look at shoes like these that I'm buying and I see other people buying, I then go and look for those types of shoes at my store. And I can't tell you guys how many times I've seen someone make money on a shoe and I go turn around to my outlets and it's there the next week and I make money on the same shoe, right? So it's cool to be a part of a community where you can see and talk and network with other people and see what they're buying. Because again, I just go turn around and do the same thing. Someone asked, any tips on sneakers drops? They keep taking hells. There's really no tips you can do. It's all pretty much luck. I never hit anything either. But having multiple accounts obviously helps, but that's pretty much all you can do. Again, there's not much you can do. What I try to help you guys do is when I do, when there's big release, I'll release a raffle guide. So at our group, again, we do the same thing. We release raffle guides first. And that just makes it a little bit easier. You can enter in on more places, but still overall, guys, it's pretty much luck. Someone asked, do I need to travel to Nike outlets only to find good deals, or can I spruce other places? This is spruce other places. An interesting word, but yeah, you can. You don't have to just go to Nike outlets. For me, when I started out, the nearest Nike outlet to me was over 4 hours away, so it was not something I was doing at all daily. I did online, only online in Ross and Foot Locker, which were in my local town. I did that for probably 3 or 4 months before I went in store at all. All right, so you can pretty much just do online stuff and have no issues. Now going in store definitely helps because it's just another way that you can source from. But we don't only source from Nike. You can source from Adidas, Foot Locker, New Balance. There's all these other stores that you can go and source from that aren't just Nike. And I recommend that you diversify and you don't only just do Nike as well. I got a bunch of questions about how do I sell shoes and get shoes for heavily discounted prices. Again, I already covered it. It's just getting shoes on sale, right? And that's all we're doing. And we're just doing that over and over again. Because again, if you spend $1,000 in a week, which most of us can do, again, just at Nike alone, you'd save that 40%, which is $400. And then the 15 on top of that, which again, if you don't know how percentages work, it'd be 15 off of $600, which maybe I can do the math in my head. 15 times 6, what would that be? I might need to pause and break that down. Let's see, my math's a little bit slow right now. That'd be, what would that be? What am I blanking? It'd be 90 bucks, right? 90 bucks. So you'd save another 90 bucks. So you end up paying $510, right, instead of $1,000, right? So if you just did that once a week, you end up saving $490. There's over 52 weeks in a year, right? So again, you do $490 times 52. Boom, there's your profit margin that you'd end up making if you just bought and sold with those discounts alone. Someone said my eBay listings are getting high views but no sales. I'm also the lowest price. So sometimes you just have to be patient. That's the kind of thing that sucks about reselling. You have to be patient. I have so many new people come into the game and tell me like, Caden, I haven't sold a shoe. And I'm like, how long have you had it listed? And they go, 3 days. Right, I'm like, okay, well try 3 months first, right? Give us some time because you probably have the buyers that are interested. They just haven't seen your listing yet. And once they do, they're gonna pull the trigger because they realize you're the cheapest price and you're vetted or whatever. Again, it just takes time. So you kind of just have to wait for the buyers to come around. That's why it's important to build a brand as well so you can have a bigger audience to reach out to. Because if you're just relying on platforms, again, you're at their mercy. You don't really have any control over it, which again, kind of sucks. So if you're focused on long-term growth, you should definitely focus on building a brand and a platform as well. Someone asked, when do you take small profit, or how do you know when to take small profit or to hold and wait to sell for more? It's a great question. So typically my rule of thumb is if I'm gonna make 30 to 50% ROI, I'm pretty happy with that. I don't really wanna sell quickly to go lower than that. If I can sell quickly and get that, that's fine. But again, I have patience. I'm not in a crunch for capital. When I was starting out, all I did was sell quickly, and that's what I recommend doing because you're starting out. You need to keep flipping that cash over and over again. But again, if you have some experience, there's really no reason to do that. You might as well just wait to try to get the highest price. For me, the example, I'll buy a bunch of shoes in bulk and I'll just list them and then I just wait. That's pretty much it, right? And when they sell, I go ship them out, and when they don't, I might adjust the price here and there, but I'm never accepting bids unless the bid is like super, super good. It's very rare that I would do that, maybe 5% of the time, all right? Another guy asked, this is a good question, how do you grow your business on Instagram? What would be the first step? So first steps is making content, right? That's pretty much steps to everything, but you have to make content that you can go viral with on Instagram. You want to start, again, building a brand like I established there. I've been posting for 3.5 years straight on Instagram. I still haven't hit 200,000 followers. I'm really close, which I'm grateful for. Like that's, again, in my opinion, really, really quick. It still takes a lot of time. I'm posting daily, 2, sometimes even 3 times a day. It takes a long time. You just have to realize that. So you have to realize what game you're playing, right? It's not a short-term game where you win and you get results instantly, which is most things in life. Most things in life you can get rewarded instantly, which again, it makes it hard to win long-term. But if you focus on the long-term, you do the right things over time, you get better every single day. That's how you can grow a brand ultimately. I've never had anyone that I've talked to listen to the stuff I say and post daily and then do it. Majority of people will not do it because, again, they can't stick to anything. So if you can do that, you automatically beat pretty much everyone. And yeah, guys, those are all the questions that I got today on my Q&A. So if you guys do have any other questions, feel free to shoot me a message on Instagram. I'll reply to you on there. If you guys are interested in working with me and getting access to some of my tools, make sure you join my Accelerator group. I'll have the link down below in the description so you can read about it. You can see all the great reviews that we have on there. When you join, you'll actually get access to our 5-hour course included for free, which is pretty much what I'm talking about here, but just way more in depth, showing you everything that you need to save money and make money. So that's also included inside, which is sweet. I'd sell that for $500 alone, so you'll save a ton of money just for going through the Accelerator and getting access to that, plus all the other really cool tools as well. So if you guys do have any other questions about the group or anything else, let me know. We'd love to work with you guys. And other than that, guys, have a good rest of your week and stay blessed.